Welcome to the Positive Transformation Podcast. We're talking about things that matter. We're giving advice, we're giving inspiration, knowledge, wisdom. Today we're going to review the book, The Value of Others, Understanding the Economic Model of Relationships in the Sexual Marketplace. Dr. Orion Taraban, he put the word sexual on there. He wants to denote that sex is the one thing you're supposed to be able to get from a partner that you're not getting anywhere else. So we want to emphasize, and we're going to talk about the relationship between heterosexual people, the man and the female. And this book, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. Pick it up on Amazon.com. I'm going to give you a brief overview and a bit of a review. So a topic that gets discussed a lot on the YouTube forums and in this particular book is SMV, which is sexual market value. Value is not objective. It is subjective. Each individual will value different people for different reasons, and nor is it static. The how you value someone and what you value about them will change over time. Dr. Orion defines a relationship as a medium where value is transacted, and he's going to say that although the concept of soulmate, I believe it was first touted by Plato back in 500 BC. This is all very relevant, but another way to look at it is two people are only going to get together when they find value in each other. And although they'll find different things they like about one another, the level of value has to be the same, or commensurate, rather. One of the brilliant things that Dr. Orion outlined in this book that helped me tremendously is he talked about the detriment and limiting factors of the word "and" when you're looking for particular things in a person of the opposite sex. He called this goal conflation and said that we cannot get it all from one person. We cannot get everything we're looking for from one person. For example, you want to be physically attracted to the other person. That's one thing. You want someone, as a man, to go to sporting events with you, motocross, monster trucks. You might want someone to talk about quantum physics with you. You also might want somebody to play chess with on Saturdays. Well, those are four very different things, and not one person is going to be able to satisfy all four. You're going to need 3 people, maybe 4 people to satisfy the relationship requirements for all 4. To drive the point home and how this affects people who are looking for a partner, let's say that you value education to a high degree and you want your partner to have a master's degree. Well, if that's a requirement for you, perhaps 10 or 12% of the population has a master's degree. Many of them might be married off. So the percentage of people available to you as a person who wants a partner that's highly educated is very, very low. Now let's say you also want a partner who's in top physical health, maybe in the top 10%. Many of the people who are extremely healthy might already be taken. The percentage available to you in this particular segment is going to be somewhat limited. Now, if you say, I want a partner with a master's degree and I want a partner that's in top physical health, you're taking a very, very narrow segment of the population and bringing it down to an extraordinary low degree. This is going to be a very difficult thing to find, not to mention that if a person does possess these 2 items, he or she is going to probably have a higher sexual market value, as Dr. Orion would put it. Now, of course, we're all looking for our soulmate, but Dr. Orion is a psychologist, schooled in economics. He defined our unconscious processes and desires by calling it a covert calculator. We are calculating what we want on an unconscious level based on personally relevant goals. Relationships do not, quote unquote, just happen. This covert calculator deep within us is a part of us. We don't fully consciously understand it. We cannot put down on paper exactly what we want. Each component of our desire, of what we value, has a provision with a provisional weight assigned to it. A female might value someone who's tall, dark, handsome, successful, sociable, funny, etc., etc. How much does that particular female value each of those things? How important are they? The calculated value coefficient is transformed into an emotion. Value and desire are the same thing experienced in different ways. So when we meet a person, something inside of us is being triggered. This particular something he calls a covert calculator. It's a brilliant idea. And again, it's very intangible. It's very abstract. We can't define exactly what we want, but we know it when we see it. We know it more so when we feel it. Dr. Orion constantly comes back to the exchange of value, just like an economic system, just like a market where people are buying and selling. This offends a lot of people, but it makes a lot of sense. The mechanism of perception of value is at the heart of sexual relationships. People will enter into relationships with and stay with those whom are their perceived best option. These relationships are based on attraction. So two people in a relationship, they're getting different things from one another. But the way they value what they're getting, and their level of satisfaction and attraction within those values, that's what triggers the positivity, the ability to have a long-term relationship with that particular person. Now, there's a lot of talk about a high-value man or woman. Typically, when we think of a high-value man, we think of a guy who's working hard, he's tall, he's handsome, he's in good shape, he's humorous, he's sociable, he's got a lot of friends, he's got everything going for him. But Dr. Ryan defines this more as a person we perceive as being able to give us more of what is most important to us given our goals. So a high-value person, a high-value man to one lady will be different than a high-value man to another depending on the covert calculator and what they actually value. In particular, someone that is seen by a particular person as high value will give more of what that person wants and less of what they don't want. In my own life, I've had 2 serious relationships of 2 years or more, both of which ended, both of which had to be dissolved. The females gave me a lot of what I want, but they also gave me a lot of what I don't want. And in the end, giving me what I don't want trumped getting what I do want. Dr. Orion gave some advice for ladies, particularly how to get a significant other to give you a ring. Rule number 1. You've been with a guy for a year. You know each other very well. It's gone well. Do not cause major problems. People, and men in particular, are risk averse in that they want to avoid loss rather than to obtain gain. When it comes to finances, credit cards, your relationships with the opposite sex, other people, coworkers, your boss, how you drive your car, are you getting tickets, decision making, liabilities, family issues. Are the family issues causing tension in your relationship because you're always dealing with your own family issues? Maybe he doesn't have that as much on his side. I know a person, he thought he was happily married, and one day it was discovered that his wife had a spending problem and had run up a huge credit card debt. He had to cash in a large chunk of his 401k to pay the credit card debt. The relationship did not end well. Number 2, maintain a healthy level of respect. The Bible says, wives, respect your husband. Husband, love your wives. Women want love. Men want respect. Does this mean you cannot criticize him? No. Does it mean you cannot correct him? No. Does it mean you can't have some friction and argument? No. Psychologists will say that a healthy relationship, for every 7 positive interaction, there's 1 negative or corrective interaction. So 7 to 1, because the relationship still has to improve. There has to be some friction and some disagreement so that the relationship can course correct and go where it's trying to go. But all of these things can be done by maintaining a healthy level of respect for the man. He is working every day. He needs encouragement. He needs you by his side. That's the reason he's with you. Taking number 1 and number 2 together, if we don't have these 2 things, you're becoming a burden to him. You're becoming a liability. You're becoming more trouble than you're worth. I know it sounds harsh, but it's the truth. Number 3. Now, Dr. Orion phrased this by saying, have as much sex with him as you can. Something along that nature. I toned it down. Show him as much affection as you are able and willing to do. We men associate physicality with how much the female likes us, how much they're into us. It means a lot to us. Touching, kissing, hugging, sex, etc. These are the ways the female shows love, interest, commitment to us. This is how we think. It's never going to change. We know in our heart of hearts that an attractive female is getting attention from multiple other men. Maybe they're getting asked out every day. Maybe they're getting asked for their phone number everywhere they go. We don't know. We're spending our time, our energy, our resources, our money trying to take you out, trying to show you that we like you. Putting all of this effort in return, we need affection. We need to know and feel that what we're doing is not in vain. Otherwise, even the strongest of men cannot continue. And if they do, if they're not getting any reciprocity from you in regards to affection and attention, the average high-value man is simply going to stop pursuing. End of story. Number 4, make yourself useful to him. Does this mean that you're going to be his maid? No. Does it mean that if you want to get married and have kids and you're going to spend a couple years being a mom, that maybe you might help a little bit more around the house while he's at work? Yes. But maybe you're an entrepreneur. Maybe you're a doctor or a nurse or a medical person or a corporate executive. Maybe you make more money than he does. That would be useful to him. The more useful you are in the relationship from a practical standpoint, whatever that means, the more likely he is to want to be with you long term. Advice for the men. Build yourself into someone who is indestructible, happy with or without company. When you're young and you're charged and you know nothing and you have nothing, you may or may not be getting a lot of attention from females based on your physical attributes. You must take this time to learn about yourself, build yourself, educate yourself, and work on everything it is that you want to be doing. Develop your self-control, your business, career, and your health. Self-mastery. Learn what you like and what you don't like. Learn who's good for you and not good for you. Learn how to say no. Learn how to not do things that you don't want to do that will zap your energy and leave you worse off than you were before you did it. Start a business or develop your career. Figure out how to get promoted. If you've been with a company for 2 years and there's no chance of promotion, start looking elsewhere. Take your experience, take what you've learned, start looking for a better job. Your health, it's easy to be healthy or look healthy when you're in your 20s. The older you get, the stricter you have to be with what you eat, how you exercise, when you exercise. Sleep is a non-negotiable. Number 3, learn the art and science of saving money and investing. In 2019, I read 2 books on finance. Number 1, Warren Buffett, How to Read a Financial Statement. Number 2, The 100 Best Stocks to Buy in 2019. I took Warren Buffett's formula, I input it into Excel with a green-red conditional formatting. I took the financial statement from each company suggested in the 100 Stocks book, and I put them into that Excel sheet. I picked 5 or 6 or 10 that I liked the best based on Warren Buffett's formula. I invested the money, and I walked away. 6 years later, I got a nice return, 70, 80, 100%. A couple of them are over 300%. Am I rich? No. But I invested what I have wisely. It worked for me. If you don't do this, you're going to be working really hard for a long, long time. Number 4, decide what lifestyle that you want to live and hold on to it. Don't waver. What's important to you? Do you want to travel? Do you want a big house? Do you want to be some type of bohemian, working at a coffee shop? What you must do is decide what's important to you and stay on that track, and do not bend for anyone, particularly a female. It's not going to work. It's taking a step in the wrong direction. Number 5, have a mission in life and pursue it vigorously, whether you want to be wealthy, whether you want to be famous, whether you want to be doing triathlons, whatever the case may be, whatever lights your fire, get to it and ignore the rest. As you do these things, over time, you'll meet the right people, you'll meet the right females, things will fall into place, and that's it. This has been a review of The Value of Others, Orion Taraban, a couple of tidbits from the book. Again, it's an exceptional book. It triggers a lot of... I give it a 10 out of 10. Go on over to Amazon.com and get you a copy. Thanks for listening. See you the next time.